Good morning. Welcome to a regular meeting of the panel of utility commissioners and staff of the Public Utilities Regulatory Authority held today, Wednesday, August 23rd, 2023 at 10 a.m. by remote teleconference. My name is Chairman Marissa Gillette, and I'm joined virtually today by my colleagues, the Vice Chairman Jack Rakowski and Commissioner Michael Karen. There are a regular calendar and a consent calendar in front of us today. I'll turn first to our regular calendar, in which there are two items. The first item is docket number 230633. The application for temporary master meter approval at 2155 Main Street in Hartford, Connecticut. We will turn to Authority Staff Attorney Pat Fryer to present the decision for the panel's consideration, please.
Good morning, Chair Gillette, and good morning, Commissioners Betkowski and Karen.
Morning.
On June 8th, 2023, Pavilion Associates filed an application requesting that the authority grant an exemption to the general prohibition on master metering and allow the installation of a master meter at 2155, 2157, and 2159 Main Street, Hartford, Connecticut. The company states the building is an 18-unit apartment building with one commercial space that suffered fire damage and is under renovation. The building is deed restricted to house low-income families as part of a HUD Section 8 contract. The renovation is now complete except for the electric service, which requires the installation of modular meter equipment. The company states that the vendor under contract to provide the equipment anticipates it will take up to 16 months to obtain the equipment due to supply chain issues resulting from the ongoing pandemic and the war in Ukraine. The authority prohibits master metering of master metering of multiple residential customers because residential dwellings which separate cooking facilities must be individually metered by electric distribution company revenue meters pursuant to Connecticut Agency Regulations 16-11-116. However, the authority may waive this requirement and has established conditions for doing so, and the authority has established different sets of criteria by which master metering may be permitted for multiple unit dwellings. The criteria applicable in this instance are delineated in decision dated December 8th, 1981 in docket number 810618, the general investigation into master metering for electricity in new multi-unit dwelling under limited conditions. 1, the multi-dwelling unit is publicly financed or subsidized. 2, the occupants are senior citizens. 3, electricity is not used as a primary energy source for space heating. Number 4, steps are taken to ensure that tenants are aware of their consumption levels of a scarce resource. 5, steps are taken by management to prevent the waste of electricity. And 6, all utility records are open for public inspection and subject to review by the authority, providing the public assistance, and there is no rebilling. As fully set forth in the decision, the authority determines that the facility's residential units satisfy the above criteria, and the authority finds that the facility's 18 residential units are eligible for exemption to the general prohibition on master metering. Accordingly, the applicant's request to temporarily master meter at the facility is granted until January 1st, 2025. Authority staff recommend adoption of the decision to the panel. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney Fryer. Is there a motion?
I move adoption. Second.
Thank you. The decision has been regularly moved and seconded. If there are no questions or comments, I'll ask Mr. Bumpin to please take the roll.
Chairman Gillette,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Betkowski,
Yes.
Commissioner Karen,
Yes.
Thank you. The decision has been adopted. We'll turn next to the second item on our regular calendar, which is a batch of 6 applications for Connecticut Electric Aggregator Certificates of Registration. We will turn to Authority Staff Attorney Arthur Lefebvre to present the decisions for the panel's consideration, please.
Good morning, Chairman Gillette, Vice Chairman Betkowski, and Commissioner Karen. In the months of April through June 2023, pursuant to Connecticut General Statute Section 16-245, Section L, the following applicants filed an application with the Public Utilities Regulatory Authority, requesting that the authority grant the company an electric aggregator certificate of registration. Elite Energy Group, Inc., Energy Auction House, Inc., MX LLC, doing business as MX Power LLC, Noresco LLC, Light Star Energy Group LLC, and Q Energy LLC. In response, the authority conducted these uncontested proceedings for the purpose of reviewing the company's applications. These dockets were delegated to the authority's Office of Education, Outreach, and Enforcement up to the point of the proposed final decision that covers this batch of dockets, at which time authority staff reviewed the decision. The authority determined that each of the applicants had satisfied the requirements to serve non-residential markets subject to the conditions described in the decision. All requests to serve residential markets are currently denied. The authority determines that no applicant has met the burden of demonstrating it is capable of serving an aggregator in the residential market and or working with residential customers. The decision addresses the roles of suppliers and their agents, aggregators and their agents, and customers in the energy market, the types of methods and compensation allowable for aggregators, the solicitation process for rates, and the contracts between suppliers and aggregators. To facilitate the required transparency with customers, the authority orders that each applicant must provide customers with 3 documents discussed in detail in the decision. In brief, these documents must explain the relationship between suppliers, aggregators, and customers, explain the process for soliciting rates, describe the commission on the rate, and require customers' signatures acknowledging the receipt of the information. The decision also specifically cautions Energy Group, Inc. that any platform in which the applicant provides users access to supplier pricing and receives compensation from users based on their enrollment of customers using the platform creates an agency between the applicant providing the platform and the users. The decision warns Elite that it remains responsible for every entity using its platform, including training those agents and ensuring that the agent's engagement with customers complies with all legal obligations. The decision further recognizes that in being granted an aggregator certificate, applicants are entering a highly regulated and transparent market. As such, they must ensure that their business complies with all applicable laws, including statutes, regulations, and authority decisions, orders, and rulings. The authority sets forth 12 orders applicable to each of the applicants, which include in part orders to amend contracts to immediately implement the 3 customer communications and fixed compensation provisions, the creation and maintenance of customer complaint records, and future filing requirements. The authority staff recommends adoption of this.
Okay, Attorney Lefebvre, thank you for that presentation. I'm seeking a motion with respect to that decision.
I move adoption, Madam Chairman. And I second, Madam Chairman.
Thank you. The decisions have been regularly moved and seconded. Any questions or comments? If Mr. Compton can please take the roll.
Chairman Gillette,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Pekoski,
Yes.
Commissioner Karen,
Yes.
Thank you. The decisions have been adopted. We will next turn to our consent calendar, on which there are 6 items.
Madam Chairman, I would move today's consent calendar items 1 through 6. I second.
Thank you. The consent calendar has been regularly moved and seconded. Mr. Compton, please take the roll.
Chairman Gillette,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Pekoski,
Yes.
Commissioner Karen,
Yes.
Thank you. The consent calendar has been adopted in full. That brings us to the end of today's regular meeting agenda. We will adjourn. We will reconvene next. We have a special regular meeting this Friday, August 25th at 10 a.m. But we will next convene for our next regular meeting next Wednesday, August 30th at 10 a.m. by remote teleconference. Thank you and have a great day.